Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the White Rock story. I hope you'll find it informative. I welcome you to have a look at this on our website. I will go fairly quickly through it to give you a sense, a taste of the White Rock story, our assets and the investment opportunity. The photo that you see there is a great example. That's our Alaskan project titled, surprisingly, Red Mountain. You will find this cautionary statement. I encourage you to read that. As I mentioned, it is on our website. So what is White Rock? We are ASX listed, but very importantly, we also just recently have set up a cross-trading ability on the OTC platform under the ticker WRM CF. So noting that I'm presenting to a big North American audience, you can obviously trade through the ASX, but you can also trade through the OTC, and I welcome to have a look at that. We have two projects, Red Mountain, a high-grade zinc, silver, precious metals project, with also a very exciting gold prospect, and also our advanced gold and silver project here in New South Wales, Australia, called Mt Carrington. And I won't be the last one to ever say that we do have an experienced board and management team. Again, I'd encourage an investor or a hope to be soon investor to look at the board and management team that will be managing and spending your money. As mentioned, Red Mountain, 9 million tonnes of great silver grade, 5 ounces a tonne, really good zinc with gold as well. It's a polymetallic VMS project. We have a significant district scale land package, just under 800 square kilometres. And excitingly, a gold anomaly, intrusive related gold style called Last Chance. We announced that back in January, and 7 months later, we were drilling that this year in July. So we've moved very quickly, very large. This is a major part of my presentation today, and I encourage you again to have a look at that information at your leisure. As I said, I will be going fairly quickly. Our Mt Carrington project is on mining lease. It's got a feasibility study. It's had past work, so about $20 million of other people's capital being spent on it, and some great financial metrics, you know, a 14-month payback, a rate of return of over 80%, and free cash generated in just its first 5 years of over $30 million Australian per annum. So a great other asset to have within the White Rock portfolio. So a bit about our board. First of all, I will touch on our corporate structure. As I mentioned, ASX listed, but we are also on the OTC under WRM CF. A nice capital structure, a bit over 70 million shares. Market cap, this is all Australian dollars, around 40 million. And a nice amount of cash on hand, 15 million, is a good position for a junior company to be in. We recently raised $15 million to allow us to get on the ground at our Last Chance gold prospect in Alaska. I'll touch on that. Share price has been fairly stable over the last year, with a spike surprisingly during the capital raising. Normally you would expect prices to go down, share prices to go down. Ours went the other way and was reflective of a great deal of interest in it, to the point where we now have a major shareholder in a US-based fund, Crescat Capital. We also have other US investors within those nominee companies. We've got a New York private equity group in that group. We've got a Hong Kong Sprott Zijin joint venture in that group, an Australian fund, Acorn Capital, and a few high net worth. So again, I would encourage the investor or the would-be investor to have a look at those that have already invested their own money in the company. You know, a lot of them have done their own due diligence, of course, satisfied themselves on the investment merit of White Rock and its projects and its upside potential. So again, not just me, go have a look at who else is on our register. I think is a very good indication of the quality and calibre of our projects and the potential that we see, but also that these investors also see. So the board, 2 of us are mining engineers, two of us are in corporate finance business development, ably led on the ground with our exploration programs by Rowan. And excitingly, earlier this year, we announced the appointment of Dr. Quinton Hennig as our technical advisor. He's been instrumental in guiding us through our Last Chance work program, working with Rowan. and also opening the doors for us into North America. So a tremendous addition to our business. So a little bit about Red Mountain itself. As I mentioned, high-grade VMS, which is zinc, silver, gold, rich polymetallic. Significant quantities, this is all JORC resourced. Significant quantities of zinc, lead, but you can also see silver in ounces. Some great grades in those polymetallic metals. Central Alaska, so well positioned, 100 kilometres due south of Fairbanks, district scale land holding. Historical work last done in the 1990s by Grade Resources amongst others, and you can see some of the significant widths in green, but also some of the significant grades, and not just zinc grades over 20% zinc, but some of the outstanding silver grades, nudging 800 grams a tonne, but with great credits from lead and gold and a bit of copper as well. So very exciting VMS potential at Red Mountain. When we acquired it, you can see the deposits in the bottom right, but many similar conductors that are coincident with geochem. So we're excited about the prospectivity, not just of extending the known resources, but also of discovering more deposits, knowing that VMSs do come in camps, do come in clusters. And we've had the likes of Dr. Jim Franklin, a well-known Canadian VMS expert, also give us a hand opining on what we have in our tenement package. So we did work in 2019, plenty of targets yet to drill. We did a lot of geochem, geophysics, and we're looking forward to progressing that VMS exploration opportunity. As I said, very great, very good grades in silver, as well as zinc, lead, and gold. That's the team and some of the photos. It is chopper supported. There is a winter, but Alaska is in the top 5 of Fraser Institute jurisdictions. And if the only thing I have to worry about is the northern winter and maybe the odd grizzly bear, then given some of the places I've worked at around the world, I'm more than happy to have that as our major challenges. Some of the drilling that we did in 2018, none of these holes were within 80 metres of existing holes, and you can see some of the great intersections that we got. Some of the great silver grades, some of the great zinc grades, as well as great contributions from gold, all in economic recoverable quantities. So we're looking forward to progressing that asset. Well, it's a long section to show you that we did a step-out hole right at the end of last year to demonstrate it as potentially open to twice the depth of known drilling and potentially along its 1.2 kilometre of strike. So again, sitting there ripe for the exploration and that extension, as well as the opportunities elsewhere within that package. But we also sit within the Tintinna Gold Belt. So the Red Mountain project is blessed by being in both a VMS and a potential IRGS gold setting. Projects in that Tintinna Gold Belt, you can see Pogo, Fort Knox, Donlin. We've got a great land package, and we announced earlier this year that last chance target on the left of that diagram, and we did some drilling there. We only got about 8 holes in this year, given that we went from discovery to fundraising, to 6 weeks of geochem and geophysics to drilling, and then winter was upon us about a month ago. So, great on-ground first season, drill hole results still to come. We're cautious about what they might tell us, but the amount of geology knowledge that we've gained from that is invaluable to set us up well for a second season with plenty of targets and follow-up to come. It was based on a gold anomaly, similar tenor to that which Pogo Gold Mine was discovered. So significant, large scale. It's about 15 square kilometres in size. We picked up all of that ground and around it as well from a strategic point of view. So just a bit of a photograph. So that's a zooming in of the gold anomaly. As I mentioned, over 5 Ks, 6 Ks east-west, and backed by many samples, 11 over a gram a tonne. May not sound a lot, but in soil sampling terminology, that is significant. And as I say, we say large, enormous. So that's gold. That gold's got to have come from somewhere. Our job is to find out where. Some of the topography, some of the drilling, a little bit challenging, but as I said, great prospects for discovery there. What is the geology telling us? We think, we hope, modelling, that we're at the top of a high-grade system. and that's all before us to prove. And we have Dr. Quinton Henning, as I mentioned, helping us on that journey. A little bit about Mt Carrington. It's got a JORC resource, JORC reserve, feasibility study, TAD past mining. You walk onto ore, you can see the infrastructure there, $20 million spent by others. It's got great exploration potential. It's got gold resources that are not in the mine plan. It's got silver resources that aren't in the mine plan, and there's further to come as well, which could add years to the project. And outside of those JORC resources, we've got walk-up drill targets. The feasibility study done at 2,300 shows some great metrics. Current gold price greater than 2,600 Aussie Australian. You can see, payback under a year, rate of return over 100%. Not many projects that advanced. Yes, it's small, 35,000 ounces per annum, but it makes a lot of money. Great cash generator. So why would I encourage you to have a look at White Rock? Obviously, I'm biased, but the Red Mountain Silver Zinc Gold VMS, as I mentioned, lots of targets, the known deposits open along strike and in places down dip. Mt Carrington, advanced gold and silver, great commodities to be in, underpinned by JORC resource reserve and a PFS. Exploration, at last chance in particular, significant gold anomaly before us to drill and find out where all of that gold came from that we found in the soil sampling. The news flow as a result. Jurisdiction diversification, again, I'd encourage a shareholder or potential investor to have a look at where we are. Sovereign risk is an important matter when you're considering investing your money, and I'd encourage you to look at where we are and the great jurisdictions that we're in. And of course, as I mentioned, the board and management team, those people that have done it before that will be handling your money. So look, thank you for that. Thank you for your time. I encourage you to reach out to me if you want to have a chat or further information. Go to our website and you can contact me that way, and probably through the conference as well. So with that, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.